Hey everybody, Luxinda Swirl here. I thought you might find it kind of interesting to do this quickie unmolding video. I recently did a tumbler and matching coaster video. I will link to that below in case you didn't see it. I used all of these colors you can see in the background. These are all the new Marabou collection neons and metallics. So there's a neon pink and a metallic pink and a neon blue and a metallic blue. And basically I plop them all in here in different orders. And I also use some glitter. The Marabou glitter alcohol ink is pink, green, and gold, which goes with many of the colors I chose. So that's what the glittery sparkles are here. And then I mixed some of the resin in a separate cup and I added both Cast and Craft opaque white pigment and Pinata Blanco ink to it to get a really opaque white resin. And I would swirl that in, and then I would take my little metal stirring stick and I would add extra swirls. And now we are going to see, this is a custom order. We are going to see how these turned out. So that's what I figured you might find interesting, is how this all looks on the other side, which of course you can't see until you unmold it the next day. So let's see what we ended up with, because it's beautiful on this side and the other side is white spots. Okay, not quite so pretty. I was hoping for more fluffy wispy whites, although underneath we get fluffy wispy whites. But then we got some white blobbies on top. That's okay. It's not horrible. It's not quite what I was going for. Let's see what we got in the others. Each one of these, even though I use the same inks and the same white, each one of these is going to be different. It's just the nature of resin and alcohol ink. It just moves around so much. Okay, so that's how that side looks. And more white blobbies. But again, I love the lines underneath. I think that's beautiful. And you can see the colors. And there's some transparency, which is also kind of pretty. Okay, those two I did. These two had a little extra clear added at the end. So these might look a little different. Let's see how these turn out. I love the faceted edges. I love these molds. I don't know if you can see that. See that? It looks like a cut gemstone on the side. I just love that. I will link to where I got all of these molds below, because they are really fun to use and I love them. Okay, so there's that one, and that's how that one turned out. It's okay. Again, I love this, the white wispies. Clearly there was just a little too much white. Now some people might not object to this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing ugly about it. Some people aren't as crazy about the white coming through as other people, and I'm one of those, I guess. I want the white wispies, but I'm not as crazy about the white blobbies. Okay, and it's interesting because I used exactly the same mixture, exactly the same amount when I did the coasters, or the coaster that matched the cup in that other video, the first time I did all this. And if you go back and look at the other side of that coaster, which I don't have anymore, somebody bought it, you will not see so many of these white blobbies. So, like I said, it behaves differently every single time, even if you do everything exactly the same. So, last one. And there we go. That got some beautiful wispies. Beautiful. All right. Well, I can't say I'm unhappy with any of them. I hope the customer likes them. We will find out. I won't make you wait for that information. I think these are really pretty. The one thing I will do before I send them off is there's a lip. Because even if I pour the resin right up to the top of the mold, it shrinks a little as it's setting up. So it leaves me with a bit of a lip. And this can be kind of sharp. I'm not going to cut myself on it here, as you can see. But what I do is I take some very fine grit sandpaper and I just very lightly sand off the sharpest ridge along the whole thing. You can't even see it. I don't have to re-resin or anything. I just make this a little smoother and rounder, this one ridge along the edge. And I'll do that for all of them. And then it'll be good to go. All right. So that's that. Now we have some other things to unmold. I had some leftover because I always make more resin than I should. So this is a crystal mold, which I think is cool. And it had some random glitter specks in it before I poured the white. So that's kind of cool. Not sure what I would ever do with that. I can probably use it as an inlay in something else, some other mold. That might be kind of neat. And then this one over here will be clear, and it has lots of overrun. Oh, here, we'll get two at the same time because they're sort of attached. I can cut them apart and sand them. But that's really pretty with the glitters in it. Actually, it's not glitter. It's the Marabou Rainbow ink. It just, here, this is Marabou Rainbow alcohol ink. It adds absolutely nothing, no colors at all, just extremely superfine glittery particles. So pretty. And then the last thing is I finally topped this puppy off. So I figured we'd unmold this too. This is a kind of hard one. I may fast forward through the unmolding here. Aha! There it is! Yay! May have taken one of my nails with it. Now this was just a compilation of leftover resin that I poured in here. You can sort of see some of the layers. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Some have glitter, some are clear. Yeah, did a number on my nail. You can see a lot of glitter from this end because the last couple layers I poured in here were from these types of coasters with the rainbow glitter or rainbow sparkles alcohol ink in it. That is so pretty. I know it's got lots of bubbles and stuff, but I still think these are gorgeous. They're just for me. They're just paperweights, but they're so pretty. That was it. I just wanted to show you some of my latest creations and how they turned out. Thanks everyone. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.